What's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. So yeah, your eyes do not deceive you. This is not a clickbait video. This is not a video that I'm trying to gain popularity to piss people off or anything like that. No. This is actually a video stating that in pubs, in Call of Duty pubs, skill-based matchmaking does not exist. I repeat, skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty pubs does not exist. However, before I go on to explain this, I will say this though. What we are experiencing in pubs in terms of the solo players, which is these are the people that are actually suffering the most when it comes to pubs, and they're really feeling the sweat, so to speak, right? The solo players, the good solo players, are the ones that are feeling this the most. It is basically a specific Call of Duty algorithm it's called skill-based matchmaking, but it's actually not skill-based matchmaking. Real skill-based matchmaking, guys and gals, is actually the stuff that you get in competitive play in Call of Duty, or league play, or whatever you want to call it, ranked play, and things like ranked play when you see it in Halo, Apex Legends, and games like that. The competitive playlist in these games, okay, I know Modern Warfare doesn't have a competitive playlist, but the competitive playlist in, like, let's say Black Ops 3, the league play in Black Ops 2, ranked play in Halo, that is real skill-based matchmaking. Why? Because it actually balances out both teams, not just one side, okay? It's not like team balancing, although team balancing to a certain degree you can argue is kind of like skill-based matchmaking, but it isn't, because there's different factors that a real skill-based matchmaking system has in its own algorithm that play into effect that this Call of Duty algorithm doesn't quite do. And it just so happens that the solo players are the ones that are suffering the most, which explains why there are more solo players teaming up more than ever now in pubs in Call of Duty, because they're trying to basically have an easier time and less frustrating time. Because the thing is, like, if you're a solo player, and let's not mention the fact that they're trying to get more and more people to play together. They're trying to get rid of they're trying to nerf the solo players, so to speak. And this is an algorithm in terms of Call of Duty pubs. The algorithm, it's not skill-based matchmaking, okay? We can't call it skill-based matchmaking. We've got to call it something else. The pub matchmaking algorithm, right? The sweaty matchmaking algorithm, right, that we have in Call of Duty now has been adjusted over the years. And back in the day during Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, we didn't exactly have YouTube popularity and social media popularity that we do today, at least not to this extent. And there was no way we could know just how many good players there were. And on top of that, right now, thanks to YouTube and everything else and Twitch, we have more access to ways to getting better. You can watch the better players out there do their thing, and then you're going to learn from that. You're going to implement it, and there's actually a higher concentration of good players out there. And the higher concentration of players, and as those numbers change, therefore the algorithm changes. Now, obviously, Treyarch's algorithm is a little bit more, how do I put this? It seems to be a little bit less strict than the recent Infinity Ward matchmaking algorithm, sweat algorithm, or whatever you want to call it in pubs. It's a little bit different. But for the most part, again, it's basically skill-based matchmaking itself is what you see in Halo Ranked, in League play and Call of Duty, to where it balances both teams out, and it goes by win-loss, and it goes by so many other different factors that the algorithm that we're getting in pubs, in Call of Duty pubs, it's not quite the same. And again, this is why solo players experience this more and more, and this is why more and more concentration of players are getting together and teaming up, so that way they won't have nearly as much of a harder time, and so that way it's more fun. Because there's nothing more frustrating. I could tell you, I am a Call of Duty veteran at this point. I've been playing Call of Duty for about 9 years now, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most frustrating things is when you have one solo player that's good in the lobby, right? And you're going up against a team of, let's say, 3 or more people of players that are about your skill level. There's literally almost nothing you could do about it at all. And whenever you can do something, it is absolutely satisfying in order to get that win when you're outnumbered and it's a 3-to-1 deal or whatnot. Very, very satisfying. But at the same time, more often than not, it's actually very frustrating. You got players on your own team that are basically like bots, and they get streaks dropped on them left and right, and therefore they get dropped on you. So really, this type of, again, this is what happens when the algorithm itself is not is definitely not perfect by any means, but it's kind of an in-between algorithm to where it's like a half-ass skill-based matchmaking algorithm. And what ends up happening with this is that a lot of the solo players are the ones that pay for it the most. So that's why a lot of players that are average Joes or just slightly above average may not feel it as much. They'll still feel it, but they won't feel it as much, but they'll get a little bit more randomness. Now, in terms of the Modern Warfare sweat matchmaking algorithm or whatnot, it is more strict, so I'm pretty sure that a higher percentage of players are going to be feeling it than what they would in, let's say, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4 or any of the games previous to that. Advanced Warfare was said to have it. I'm pretty sure there was. I mean, if the entire community is saying that the algorithm was super strict in Advanced Warfare, then it was. So the thing is this, guys, we can't call it skill-based matchmaking anymore, because that's not what true skill-based matchmaking is. There is an algorithm, a sweaty-ass algorithm that they implement in pubs, but we got to stop calling it skill-based matchmaking, because it's just not what it is. Skill-based matchmaking balances both teams out in a different way, not like team balancing, but it's similar to the way rank play works in Halo, or in League play and COD, as mentioned in the earlier parts of the video. And for those of you that don't exactly understand how that works, watch videos on it and you will see. You'll see Diamond Division players will go up against other Diamond Division players, or they'll go up against people that are slightly higher or slightly lower, and no further than that. So all of these things play a role into it. With Call of Duty, it's not as strict, but the algorithm itself is annoying as hell, and that is what a lot of the really good solo players are frustrated with, that we're talking about here on YouTube. A lot of your favorite YouTubers, like other content creators out there, like myself, for instance, that is the thing that we're complaining about. We're complaining about the algorithm that gets adjusted every single time. Sometimes less, sometimes more. In this case with Modern Warfare, it's more, but it's not skill-based matchmaking. It is something else. But I hope this was clear. So I guess you guys can say that I kind of didn't go anywhere with this video, but I'm just basically trying to say that we shouldn't be calling it skill-based matchmaking, just calling it something else. But the thing is, the way we have it, we really can't call it skill-based matchmaking. It's simple as that. So, but that's what we've come to know it as. So I guess we gotta, when we refer to skill-based matchmaking in pubs from now on, just be aware that it is not like ranked play or league play. But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. I already went into overtime. Let me know down in the comment section your thoughts and opinions on this. And yeah, that's it. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.